actually, we're continuing on the post show now. Hello, everybody.
This is true. This is true. This is happening.
So yeah, I mean, so going back to what I was saying at the end there, was Knuckles is that type of character that you say doesn't give up and he works for what he thinks is his due reward, and again, Sonic does have luck, doesn't he? I think that's probably an interesting thing to bring out, is that Sonic does have all the luck.
Well, maybe away from us, when we're all criticizing the games.
Luck of the title hero occurred.
Yeah.
Luck, just not in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about that.
Those fanfics are coming back again, Kevin.
Oh God, no!
I need to fight them.
No.
Don't let me do it again, Kevin.
No, bad cat, bad. But yeah. So, what did you starting with Donnie? What did you think about the episode as a whole throughout that?
I think it's better than a lot of people are saying. I don't think it was like dull and warrant of any like plot and etc. and feeling empty and stuff like that. Like I go into from based on what we know about the show so far, I think it's pretty obvious that their intent is to not make this epic plot, and they just want it to be a lighthearted little sitcom party, sort of, so to speak, and be something to just lay back and have a good laugh. And basically, it's more like a casual show than anything, and I like that. It reminds me a lot of. It's something that I felt hasn't been seen in Sonic, in terms of television, since for 20 years now. I think since the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, we haven't really seen a casual Sonic show. I mean, you had like a Sat AM where it was kind of half serious, half funny. You had Sonic Underground, which was music.
Sonic Underground, which was a really bad experiment in video editing.
Yeah, and then you had Sonic X, which was just action, O and Chris, and then we have this is a breath of fresh air, and a great breath of fresh air. It's actually being competently made, and it's funny, and episodes like this where it has some kind of character development right there is all the show needs in its plot, really. Like as long as they give
there's no
each of the
continuity,
characters,
has to be character development. Development requires continuity.
Well, I mean, in the sense of that particular episode, it depends on the situation. Like, for example, Tails with the Sidekicks episode, and then later on you had Tails with the what was it, with the Cowbot episode, or not the Cowbot episode, the what was it, the Circus of Blunders. That's what it was. Depending on the situation, they always have some kind of little bit of a character development for the character, where they react differently to something, and then they might forget about it afterwards, but they have character development, and as long as the character has character development in the episode, and as long as all the characters, the main cast, has some kind of contribution to the episode, you know what? That's a good episode right there. And it adds more when there's a funny jokes and added on to it. I mean, and that seems to be what the show has been. I mean, and I love that. So I definitely I enjoyed the show. Like, in this episode in particular I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Kat, what did you think of? What did you think of the episode as a whole? Because I think you were saying something along the lines of that it felt a bit sort of unusual.
It feels unusual. I think some of that is probably facilitated by the fact that we start off in a completely new set that we've never seen before.
Yeah, it was a new location.
Then we get another new set. Then we get another new set. Then we walk around in Styx's house.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fresh locations happening. There's something that feels kind of weird about how the scenes are put together.
So it's almost like the
I don't
editing
know how to
feels,
explain
it feels a bit different.
I don't know how to explain it.
It was
right now.
It was like things were busier, like than the usual. The usual trend we've had with the episodes lately. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the episodes there's been the main story, and there's been maybe like a B story that's sort of like a small thing which sort of goes underneath. Whereas this time you really had like three things going on at the same time, because you had Eggman's thing going on, you had Knuckles and his little journey, and then that sort of intersects with Sonic and his friends, and that keeps going in and out, and then it all merges together at the end. So it was kind of like an ABC story here.
Also, considering all the new sets, it's kind of weird that Eggman didn't get a new set for his game of laser
But
tag,
he got
and
a new outfit.
instead he's basically playing with the kids in the living room. Was the sense that I got of him, except he's being a terrible dad because he's winning.
Well, it's Eggman, so
this is true.
Eggman always wins. It's just your puny rules don't necessarily allow that. But I mean, yeah, there is. I kind of agree with you there on the feel of the show. It didn't feel like the other episodes for whatever reason.
Knuckles felt kind of off. Eggman felt kind of off. Mostly because Eggman. I think it's mostly because Eggman was actually doing something evil this episode and going through with it to the end, which is weird for this show. And he's not even attempting to be deceptive.
Yeah, there's no sort of Machiavellian scheme or anything. Just like, okay, we're going to attack now.
Yeah, he just straight up says he's going to invade, and then there is an evil laugh. Very strange. Obviously, the one who comes out the strangest of it is Styx, because Styx is not being written based on her paranoia.
So it turns out
Styx is being more naturally written.
Yeah. So it turns out if you don't, hammer home the fact that her predominant character trait is that she's paranoid, if you don't hammer that home, you actually get the best Styx we've had so far in the show. Yeah. I don't know what that actually says more about, if that says more about the quality of Dave writing for Styx, or it says more about the fact of understanding Styx's character for everybody. I'm not sure what that.
Also, we saw Styx in her house sitting down, and people visited her, which I think helps with that. Really. Yeah.
Also, Styx was perfectly fine with that. There wasn't like an immediate worry or look around or anything else. It was like, no, my friends need me, and I'm quite happy to chat. And yes, you're welcome to come in. And no, the FBI is not after me. And
she doesn't know what the FBI is. Yeah, something else is after her.
Yeah, I
aliens, man.
It's definitely the government's after her, but what's the government?
I will say this much: not many. I don't think I really have said anything about Styx so far, because I still haven't really been able to figure out what to make of her as a character and personality-wise and all. But if we have more episodes like this with her, like this perception of her, I'd be all for Styx in a hurry.
It's a bizarre Styx because it's a much more mellow Styx.
She's still paranoid. Obviously, she was still making a crack at at the universe bit, but otherwise she wasn't really hammering that down or going crazy wacko or anything like that. It was just
slightly.
It was kind of sort of a more dulled down paranoia, because they're obviously at the beginning playing off the luck balance of the universe thing as Styx being kind of paranoid.
Yeah.
But she's a very, very calm paranoid.
Then
a very matter-of-fact paranoid. And then it turns out that Eggman believes it too. And it's just like, oh, she wasn't even being paranoid. She just knew a thing.
Yeah, it was just
that people didn't expect her to know.
It was the best thing. This was the best Styx. This was the best we've seen Styx so far. I think this was the best we've seen Knuckles so far, because we actually got some kind of, Knuckles attention, some kind of, because we haven't really seen much of Knuckles, in the show so far, other than the occasional, jokes, maybe 2 or 3 times in the show. But here we actually got some kind of, Knuckles, you know.
Yeah.
We got some Knuckles.
I
Yeah.
still prefer the Knuckles from the last episode. The Knuckles who has or from 2 episodes ago, the Knuckles who has an actual like best buddy relationship with Sonic. I thought that was more of a natural thing as opposed to this. I didn't like Sonic, essentially playing his friend off. I mean, Cat mentioned it like Sonic, saying Sonic's playing chess, and he was playing chess with his
Sonic
friend.
playing chess is kind of disturbing because we don't really actually see the moment where Sonic starts playing chess. We get Sonic going, no, wait, this would be interesting.
Sonic has the scheme. Sonic is the one who has the big
you know that
plan.
episode that's upcoming about Sonic and Eggman like trading brains due to a meteor? Did that happen this episode?
I don't know. I think Knuckles' brain might have been squished out of his head by one of the meteors.
Oh,
I think what they were trying to do is they were trying to. It wasn't so much that they were, being angry at each other and trying to take advantage of each other per se. I think Sonic was just he was letting his ego getting in the way, and I think that I wouldn't say it definitely felt like there was a bit of a rivalry going on, like I said in the commentary, but at the same time I thought, okay, you know what? I think this is not really more so a rivalry, but more so Knuckles just getting frustrated at Sonic, just seeming to get everything handed to him at a silver platter. And Sonic just, being an egotistical hedgehog.
Sonic doesn't really get his comeuppance for having such good luck.
Yeah.
No, so there is no.
That's the one thing that can make the end gag stronger. Is something happens to Sonic instead of something happening in the Tails.
Their flaws were showing up, and they were seeing those basically.
Yeah, because I mean the other thing was that as I said in the commentary, there's Sonic is given the opportunity by Tails to do the right thing, and do the right thing for his friend, and just ease this frustration, and lose one. Just make Knuckles feel better, make his friend feel better, and Sonic outright refuses because it's more important to Sonic to win than his own friend's well-being.
Of course, it could be argued that Sonic feels that taking the fall is wrong because it's dishonest.
Potentially,
but it's clearly his ego coming through first.
But the reaction is clearly just no. I refuse to do that because no.
Also, Sonic, at the point where he should have raised his voice, did not raise his voice. It was a very dry Sonic again.
Strange.
It was not. It was not like super dry Sonic. That's a fashion brand, isn't it? But
super dry Sonic. Yeah, it's available now at all good stockists.
Everybody's super Sonic drying.
Yeah.
It was not like exaggerated dry Sonic. It was just a very dry Sonic.
But again, it had that sort of the adventure era edge to the character in terms of what they were saying, and that bit of ego, that bit of arrogance, and it just seemed a little bit out of place in a way, or it was like a slightly different tone. There was a bit more of an edge to it, but the edge wasn't towards Eggman like it was in some of the previous episodes, and the sarcasm wasn't there. It was directed internally in the group, and it felt a little bit strange with that. Also we saw an odd thing that we saw Sonic reading in this episode. Sonic was reading a book which, judging by the symbol on it, was presumably something about the balance of the universe and the luck balance or something, because you had this up and down arrow symbolism going on. So Sonic was actually interested enough to start reading about it, and you don't really see Sonic read.
Maybe
Sonic reading is a strange thing.
Maybe Sonic was trying to understand how this whole luck thing was about. Maybe I don't know.
I like to think that he was that worried that Knuckles actually might be onto something.
Yeah. It's like, oh no.
Threatening my success. Oh dear.
How dare you win, Knuckles?
How dare you win one, Knuckles, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Knuckles is confirmed to be basically the butt of all the universe's jokes in the entire series now.
Well, Tails is kind of at that point too.
Tails seems to be getting the lion. Well, I was going to say a lion's share, but Tails had more of the end gags against him, I think, so far.
Yeah, he's been eaten by an octopus. It's been
flattened.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the point at which Sonic's reading the book, and his eyes appear to be the widest that they are in the entire episode.
He got injured in the first aired episode.
Sonic, if you're concentrating that much on the book, I think you actually probably need glasses.
No, that's Knuckles.
Knuckles needs reading glasses, except he can't read.
Yeah, reading glasses aren't really a problem for Knuckles. I'm worried about this poor hedgehog who has pushed the book straight up to his face.
It's very small type.
And I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm reading a book.
Yeah, it's just. There's actually a comic inside it, and he's actually realistically reading.
It's the Worlds Unite comic. He knows what Sonic and Mega Man are doing.
Coming soon.
He knows what the other Sonic is doing, and he knows where Styx is going to be disappearing to, because he's not in it.
I wonder what happened to Sonic.
Also coming soon, the first 4 issues of the Sonic Boom comic are being compiled into a trade paperback, so you can go grab that if you hadn't already bought.
You can maybe.
Hang on, let me 11 comics. So technically, there's 11 comic issues in there because obviously there's 5 covers for the first for the episode for issue 1, and then 2 for everyone after that. So there you go, 5 and 6.
It was pretty intense.
It's fun, kids, and also expensive if you do. If you're a collector of comics, Archie, you bastards.
Very expensive.
Very expensive. I'm still pissed off about the 75th issue of Sonic Universe. I'm sorry.
He's pissed off about the number of covers.
8 covers for issue 75 of Sonic.
75 is a weird moment to do covers.
Yeah.
What the?
It's a multiple of 25. So,
8.
So 75 is the Worlds Unite one, right?
Nope.
Oh, the one before that.
Nope, it's just number 75.
They're just celebrating number 75.
So they've done 8 covers for it, which they're jokingly calling 7.5 because one of them's Eggman ripping through a previous one, complaining that he hasn't got a cover.
I did like that one though.
Yeah, that is nice. And it'd be nice to pair that with. It'd be nice to have that as the alternate, but no, there's there's 8 covers for just issue 75. And it's like, if we're doing this for multiples of 25 now, it's like 50's fine, 100's naturally. A 75 comic? No, not really. That's just stupid. And it's frankly just profiteering. I'm sorry.
It's a tad much.
It
does turn to the MLP comic.
But
Hey guys, it's issue number 47. Time to celebrate. Here's 10 covers.
Well, no, because you might end up saying that. Oh, this is it's been X many years.
That'll be issue 48.
Yeah, might be something like that. Yeah, multiples of 12 then as well. Might as well go down to that.
Yes, indeed.
Well, yeah, might as well go down to that. So I
feel like celebrating years makes a bit more sense than celebrating issues, but I don't know.
So look forward to issue 84 then. Which will be 107 covers, and some of them will be holograms, and some of them will be wrapped in bubble wrap.
Don't they joke about foil covers in Sonic issue 1?
Probably.
Because I have the archive and I remember that.
Oh dear.
So the first issue of the Archie Comics jokes about limited edition covers because it comes from the 90s. And right now, the comics are all about limited edition covers again, and Sonic is just doing them straight.
I most of the time I actually like the alternate covers and Archie stuff more than I do the normal ones. They've had some cracking ones recently on the main series, and look, as I say, some of the 75 ones are really, really good. But it's just in this instance,
It's just too many.
8 for 75th issue is just,
Yeah.
When you consider that you're assuming that you're a collector of the Sonic ones, and you're probably getting the main series, and you're probably also getting Boom now, so that means you're getting 6 comics every 2 weeks or whatever it is, because you've got 2 covers for each of the 3 series, and then you come along and go, oh, there's going to be 8 for this one. It's just a bit much.
Slow down, friends.
Slow down.
Time to go slow, because you don't want to be too slow. You're too slow. That was a very weird
Paul
segue.
Kaminsky.
Yes.
There's a very good chance he might listen to this, actually. Paul.
I can only imagine
Paul
how many
Kaminsky.
I can only imagine how many of the writers at this point do listen to us.
I'm just saying.
I'm a little frightened about.
I'm just saying listening. That now that you're even higher in Archie than you were when we first started talking, just tone it down a bit, for God's sake. There's only so much money that we have.
Because you want to spend that money, Ken.
Yeah.
You're frustrated, but you also want to spend the money.
Yeah, I'd love to. Except, oh wait, we've got to do the blooming Mega Man comics as well now, because the story will mix over in that. God's sake. Oh yes, and we're going to get the Boom universe involved as well. Fantastic.
Actually, there aren't any sticks involved. From the covers we've seen, they're only getting sticks involved. So you basically just need to know the Archie version of sticks.
Well, it hasn't really been been hinted at. Like, people have been feeling that way, but people haven't exactly been like, it hasn't been really official or anything. It's just, hey, here's sticks again. Here's another.
Here's sticks again, but here's none of the other Boom designs.
Yeah, I mean the main covers that we've seen very, very recently, with like all the characters on there, Sticks is the only Boom design on there. There's another one that also was recently with Amy doing Zero's hair, I think.
Yes.
It was Zero.
Yeah, doing
Amy doing Zero's hair, and they're in the Boom environment, but it's Amy's classic. It's Amy's DreamWorks.
Exactly.
I can't say words.
It's Zero, Amy, Sticks, and the dog whose name escapes me. What's the name of the dog? What's the name of Mega Man's dog?
What's the name of Mega Man's dog? I can't remember. What is his name?
K9? I don't know.
No.
Buster. Okay, so his dog Buster.
Buster. Buster the not.
It's an episode continuity.
If only we could afford to buy the Mega Man comics, then we'd know this stuff. But we're too busy being made completely poor by all these alternate covers. But I can't remember. Anyway, but Sticks in the background. But as Kat alluded to, it's like a traditional design Amy. So it's not Boom Amy that is who's doing Zero's hair.
Rush.
There we go.
I didn't look that up at all. No, not at all.
It wasn't an obvious music joke. That's why I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, his Mega Man's dog's name is Rush. I didn't just look this up.
Is it for the band Rush?
No. Neither is it Sonic Rush.
I don't know.
Alas.
I don't know what he's supposed to be a reference to.
Why is Rush called Rush? That's our viewer question of the week.
I would like it that if Rush spoke, that every single piece of dialogue was some sort of mix or mashup done by Nakamura.
He's in a well, he's not a Sonic character, so he can't.
I know, but wouldn't that be absolutely glorious if he had like a Transformers Bumblebee movie effect, but everything he said was like a Nakamura mix-up? That'd be great.
I just looked this up, like, and where I looked this up, I just saw like it talking about the Rush jet adapter, where Rush can junction with a Mega Man to become Jet Mega Man, etc., etc. And then I looked onward, and I see Mega Man cannot use his Buster or slide while using this form.
Oh God, no! Of course, because he does have a buster, doesn't he? Move. Oh God. But also, this does mean that Rush is Mega Man's extreme gear.
Yes.
Did you realise this? Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
God.
I realised this long ago.
Oh boy.
This
you
is because
realised this long
extreme
ago,
gear
but
is
you
just
didn't realise
another
his
word
name.
for hoverboard.
Hover-
There are no hoverboards anymore. There is
Hoverdog.
only extreme gear. Marty McFly was riding an extreme gear this
I
year.
still want to know how those sort of jungle extreme gears that we're not calling extreme gears for some reason, although there's no reason why we shouldn't be calling them, how they work, because they apparently are made out of 2 bits of bamboo and a couple of leaves, and somehow these, with no electronics at all, and yet somehow these are actually working as hoverboards.
What is it?
Apparently, a Buster in the Mega Man universe is basically it's Mega Man's firearm.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, so it's not a cluster at all.
Buster cluster.
This would be the great moment for me to actually remember that quote from Sonic Riders of Tails actually starting to explain.
What, explaining extreme gears?
According to the Knuckles-centric lift theorem, he suddenly starts quoting the Knuckles-centric fundamental theorem of aerodynamics for the calculation of the lift on a rotating cylinder. It is named after the German Martin Wilhelm Katter and the Russian Nikolai Zukowski, who first developed its key ideas in the early 20th century. So apparently Sonic Riders actually taught me science.
Well then, hey, if it means looking up more stuff, hey, we can be a living encyclopedia.
Yeah, that's easy to explain. According to the Kutta-Joukowski lift theorem, the control surface flow is balanced by the inverse kinetics of the... and then Knuckles' eyes start spinning.
I get it! It floats, okay? That's good enough for me. That's my bad Knuckles impression. That was really shit.
And then Wave goes ah ha 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 and walks up to everybody. We could just do the script.
They're Mandark.
Okay, that's the next commentary we're doing. Is we're just drinking out again.
Wait, they're Mandark? What? I heard that live and it sounds so much like Mandark.
Yeah. Thankfully, we don't have Jet in this show.
Oh boy, thank God we don't have any of the Babylon Rogues in this.
Sonic Boom Jet! Oh God, can you imagine?
Sonic Boom Rouge.
No, I'm still trying not to. I'm trying.
Sonic Boom Rouge is Sonic Boom Rouge happening?
No.
Is she not? Not why?
Well, she doesn't exist technically.
Why?
Because she wasn't in the 2 Boom games. Like I said, we are positive, absolutely positive, that Shadow will turn up at some point.
Shadow needs to turn up.
It makes no sense for him not to
Shadow
turn up.
needs to turn up, just
character.
a cameo in the background, like he's buying ice cream or something. Maybe he has a balloon.
He showed up in the games, and it makes me wonder how long it'll take before he shows up in the cartoon.
Actually, I would like an episode of Sonic Boom which is Shadow trying to do something, and having the equivalent reaction that Shadow has to Marine in Sonic Universe 1. With that fantastic 2 panels, which I swear are like my favourite entirety of comics, which is just Marine informing Shadow that you know she's destroyed Metal Sonic and kind of erased his chance to actually get back to his own universe, and it's just 2 panels, no dialogue, with just Shadow's amazing face.
I am so glad that I actually
anger.
physically own that comic.
It's wonderful, and just backing away like, oh, you're going to absolutely murder me, but without saying anything. It didn't need it, but to have that as like an episode with Shadows obviously being serious and trying to do something, and then having Sticks thinking that Shadow is cool and wanting to hang with him. Much to Shadow's frustration. That's an episode that would just be glorious.
And then they bond over being slightly paranoid.
Yeah, but Shadow's right about those things.
The thing for me is, we don't
that's
really.
another episode. Shadow starts fueling Styx's paranoia by being right.
The thing is that we don't exactly know for sure if Shadow's going to show up. We only have the games to judge by, and he was in the game, so we're all assuming, okay, then maybe Shadow might show up after all.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is we don't know.
I still think it's likely to be some sort of maybe like 2-part finale of like the end of series 1, beginning of series 2, and Shadow turns up. But there's no reason that Shadow can't turn up because he's an existing character model. He is approved in the Boom universe. Or everything is ticked and crossed. We have a voice actor for him. Everything is there.
No, he shows up to tell the story of how he met Styx.
Yeah, Shadow turns up, and the point of Shadow's episode is that he gives Styx his backstory.
Yes.
That is the best possible use I have heard. That's it. We have a winner.
But Shadow then has to exit the episode on his bike into the sunset with a passable rip-off rendition of Bad to the Bone playing in the background.
Oh man.
A possible, legally safe rendition.
You've got this, Styx.
You've got the Styx?
I do.
Let's get.
Oh, actually, can you imagine Styx going absolutely mental when she finds out that Shadow works or worked for the government? The GUN.
Oh boy.
Oh God, I'm in with a spy. She immediately scans her entire house for listening devices.
And of course,
she would go ballistic over that.
And of course, next episode of that then would logically be that Styx ends up becoming a government spy.
Oh, can you imagine? No, wait. That would be
Huge.
something to touch upon. That would be the perfect thing to touch upon in the crossover, because Shadow and Styx will probably encounter each other in the crossover.
I actually really hope that they do have a thing where Styx somehow blunders into Marine, because it can only happen in that, and you can guarantee that the writers would love to play on that if they could.
Oh yeah, they definitely played on a lot of things in the in Worlds Collide. So.
So, do we know what episode 14 is?
Yes, it's called The Meteor, I believe, and it will be about Sonic and Eggman switching bodies.
The meteors from this episode are returning. I told you about them.
Oh dear.
I told you about them.
The meteors actually do cause Eggman and Sonic to switch bodies.
So is this a thing now?
Have they already started?
This is a thing now that we're going to have an asset from the previous episode, or like some kind of prop element being
Cameo.
a central part, or coming back in the next episode. Like we had the cannon come back in the exact next episode. We're now going to have the meteors from this episode come into obviously the meteor episode.
The thing for me is that I'm really liking where this is going, just on the basis of so much hilarity that could ensue from this.
Yeah, I mean that should be great.
That and then the episode following that, the episode following that could just be just as gold.
Is that the Buddy Temple one?
Aim low after losing his confidence.
Yeah.
Dr. Eggman gets help from a motivational speaker.
Cannot wait for that one.
Yes, these next two episodes I'm looking forward to.
We're pretty eager.
We're pretty eager. Yeah.
We're all pretty eager.
Dude, Where's My Eggman was a great one, and that was the first one I was really looking forward to. These next two I'm especially looking forward to, because there's so much potential for humor in this. Whereas the previous one was just like, okay, the title just has me hyped. These next two though, just what we know, I'm looking forward to this.
Brilliant. So I mean, one last thing from me, Sega licensing. There was a time when Sega was very, very reluctant to license stuff because they were trying to get all the licenses back in house. Now they're pretty much licensing anything. because they have control of it again. So they've basically got anything at all.
They've gotten themselves back in trouble again.
Socks. Well, they probably end up in trouble again. But if you,
they already are in trouble.
Well, yes. But the point is, if you ever wanted to do a new laser tag game, hello, the Boom team have given you an opportunity to make a laser tag game that you can actually have for Sonic. Okay, so go and ask Tomy or somebody to make one, because it's like your best chance ever to have a laser tag game for Sonic.
Yeah, like I really just, I was pleased to see there was some kind of laser tag. I didn't expect to see that, but it was a nice little touch, and especially considering it was Eggman, and God, seeing like Eggman was once again just a doozy in this. Like, I cannot recall one time where Eggman has not been a highlight of the episode.
Actually, this is one as well. Actually, because we've said about how the Team Sonic all had a part. Have we had an episode where all of Team Sonic have had, an integral part of the episode, and also Eggman, Orbot, and Cubot have been, have had specific speaking lines? Have we had one of those where it's like everybody? Before, I'm not sure if we have.
I don't know,
but not to a degree of that, because they had Orbot and Cubot had multiple lines.
I think the closest we've had was episode 2 with can an evil genius crash on your couch for a few weeks, because everyone did talk in that. But I don't think they were like important lines, especially for Orbot and Cubot.
I don't think Styx talked that much at all though in that one.
She talked a little, but
yeah,
she appeared.
They all had lines. They all said something, but
I think this is the first one where it was like a significant, contribution from the entire ensemble cast, which is also, who is Styx going to be paranoid about? Who is the government? I think you asked earlier, Kat. Would that just mean the mayor?
The mayor.
So the mayor is out to get Styx.
Generally, when we talk about the government, we think wider than the community mayor, don't we?
Yeah, but this is an island, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
What if there is more islands?
Well, what if it's not then Sonic's not going to be able to get there unless he swims.
This is true.
He can't use the tornado because every time they use the tornado, it gets crashed or knocked out of the sky. This is the worst tornado ever.
It doesn't help that there is supposed to be a episode later on where Knuckles is supposed to become mayor.
Is there?
Yeah, there's supposed to be an episode later on where Knuckles becomes mayor, and oh my goodness.
I hope that's true. That will also be glorious.
I do believe it was one of the episodes mentioned in one of the interviews where Boom was originally the unveiling of Boom last February was shown off, and in one of the interviews they did talk about a couple or so plots that were going to happen. One of which ended up being, can an evil genius crash on your couch for a few weeks? Strangely enough, and the other one was Eggman. Huh?
I'm sorry, go on, Donnie. I'll tell you in a minute.
And yeah, the other episode idea was it was Knuckles becoming mayor apparently. So, and I remember everyone reacting to that like, wait, what? Okay, so they're definitely going kind of AOSTH route here.
Oh boy, I'm sorry for interrupting you while laughing. I suddenly had a vision of, you remember, because you say Knuckles becoming mayor, and I was trying to think. I was trying to think, what would that be like? And I suddenly remembered the Simpsons episode where Homer is wondering, I wonder what it would be like if I robbed the Quickie Mart. And then it cuts to a daydream of him sitting in a rocking chair in a suit and a monocle, with twirling a gun around his fingers with a sash saying "Senator" on it, whilst Marge dances in the bikini next to him, and I just had it would be exactly the same with just Knuckles in a posh suit, just like spinning a Chaos Emerald on his finger, as Percy or somebody does a dance next to him. It'd be exactly the same. it's like just a mayoral sash of just him sitting there, just doing that, and like Sonic in the background, like Sonic shining his shoes or something. It'd be exactly that.
Can I shine your shoes, Mr. Knuckles?
Oh man!
Of course you can, Hedgehog.
Oh boy!
Pay special attention to the spiky bits. I want to see my face in them. Or your face will be in them.
Okay, sir.
I love this show.
We love this cartoon.
Yes. It's probably the best cartoon we've had from Sonic for a good while.
It's the only cartoon we've had from Sonic for a while.
We had to wait 10 years for the next one. But one more thing, because it stuck in my mind from something you were saying earlier, Donnie. And in fact, you were all saying about the different styles of the cartoons. That Adventures Sonic the Hedgehog is kind of dated.
Yeah.
Because
of dated.
Because of the terms and the kind of humour that it is, it's considered very sort of childish slapstick now. People still enjoy it, but people know it's kind of.
People know it's 90s. It's a nostalgia vehicle.
Yeah. Sonic Underground is about as dated as you can get. In terms of everything, really.
Sonic Underground feels like the 80s.
Sonic Underground was dated when it came out.
Sonic Underground is Sonic Underground was very much behind itself.
Conversely, you've got Sonic. You've got Satam, so Sonic the Hedgehog, which doesn't date. I don't think, because the story is so strong.
Some of the aesthetic is dated.
Yeah, some of it's slightly dated in that sense,
because it's kind of this very specific moment of American grungy science fiction.
Sonic X is dated because we know it's specifically on games of a time period, and as a result, you've got the characters are of that time, and everything is kind of that time, really.
Yeah, so it's not really of its own fault.
Yeah, Sonic X's own storylines date it.
It's not of its own fault. It's not even of its setting or its characterization. Yeah. It's just it was using those particular games.
Yeah. It specifically adapted a time period, and as a result, it's
and Chris.
That's probably the best way to go.
Yeah, Sonic
and
Boom.
Chris.
I mean, I know this is early days, but the way that this is being done, I don't think
it's dated.
Or it's obviously not dated now. But I don't. It's
obviously
think
not dated now
dated.
because we're there.
I don't think that it will date.
Because there's really nothing that would define this time period in this cartoon.
I mean, you can't say the quality of the CG, because the quality of the CG is very good for the most part. And it's not the sort of thing that, unless you're going to get photorealistic, it's not exactly. You're not going to go back and go, unless cartoons in the future are like 7D or something stupid.
Yeah.
But you see what I mean? Because it's not restricted by language in a sense. It's not really using any buzzwords or anything like that. So it doesn't.
It's dated because they keep doing fist bumps.
I try to blot that out of my mind. But that's like say. I mean, that's still like a general greeting. I can, but yeah, but it's not dating into. It's not going to date in terms of story. It's not going to date in terms of graphics, and technically, it's not going to date in terms of scripting. So
probably date in terms of graphics, but in ways we don't quite understand yet, because the development of computer technology and computer animation is a very strange place.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, it's not like, earlier CG, which was very clear. I mean, this is still smooth. It's smooth. This is crisp. This is very.
Yeah, we find it easy to say because we live at this point.
This is true.
And we find it hard to imagine things getting better.
This is slightly predictive, but I'm willing to bet that the balance of the universe will weigh in my favour. But I do not think the Sonic Boom will date as a series.
The thing for me is that like I said, there's really nothing in the cartoon that seems like it would be only for this particular time frame. Like the laser tag, I can see the laser tag, happening 30, 40 years from now.
I mean, possibly with real lasers.
Yeah.
That will, it disintegrates you. But
yeah, but besides that,
yeah, when we have our first interstellar war, but when the survivors have actually clawed their way out of the smouldering wreckage of the cities of our world, build a new build a brand new society based upon the values of all that remains. I think that they will find that Sonic Boom will survive that, and it will.
Yeah. The apocalypse has happened, but no, Fred.
What is happening in this conversation?
I'm slightly worried if they actually end up with some sort of religious book based on the sort of the Testament of Styx or something. And
this is like the weird apocalypse thing I read you once.
Cat, this is what happens when you just have me and Kevin talking.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I need to exist more.
There you go. No, it's great.
It is. You've helped save the commentary from being postponed to who knows when.
I'm a hero.
You saved the commentary. You found the Triforce.
And
I've been elected for governor.
No, you've been elected mayor. You succeeded. You've been elected mayor. You succeeded Knuckles. He resigned.
Wait, so who's dancing in the bikini next to Cat when she's twirling the gun around? Dare we ask?
Is it? Do I have to say? Oh man, I know. I want to say who it is, but I have a feeling I'm gonna.
What?
Dare I say the bird I voiced and had a full boyfriend? The bitch.
No, yeah. the bird does not have to do this.
No, you did.
Well, they dressed as a maid.
Yeah, did you, Donnie? Did you see the Humble Bundle extra?
Maid and Miko are completely different things from bikini.
Donnie, did I show you the Humble Bundle extra?
Do I want to know what the bundle extra is?
It is a love pillow with Ryota in the maid costume on one side, and then Ryota's human design on the other side in the same maid outfit.
Wait, there's a picture of human Ryota in maid outfit?
Yeah, they actually did. The other side is human Ryota.
Well, I need to see that later.
I'm pretty sure it's the same link I sent you. I thought I'd wait to tell Donnie.
I need to see this because this will be kind of adorable.
Anyway, I think has anyone's got anything specific else to add on this?
I just drew a pigeon, so
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's.
That's true. I forgot it was Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Everybody's dead but watching Sonic Boom. You're welcome.
Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day, especially if you are watching this in the dystopian future. We're off to send Donnie into therapy after finding out about that character he voiced being a love pillow now. We'll see you next episode 14, where we think it's the meteor. Card subject to change. Speaking of cards subject to change, hopefully the rest of the team will be about next week.
No, I'm taking over.
That's
all me now.
You had the most. You were part of the most successful pre and post show that we've had so far.
How is this a successful show?
You've had it had the most views on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
The most views on YouTube, and the next.
I wasn't part of the pre-show.
And well, the post show certainly was the most successful post show that we've had, and the next week's one where you weren't on, numbers fell through the floor. So I'm saying that I'm saying it was all to do with you.
Oh.
The thing for me is like I think Kevin and I at this point have made most appearances in the commentary.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to argue that. I don't think anybody will argue that.
We're having our own league.
I think it's. I think it's objective.
Does this make me Sonic and you Tails or something bizarre?
What am I then? Dr. Eggman.
Yes, you're Dr. Eggman. You didn't voice Dr. Eggman in the Chronicles Let's Play, so you can be Dr. Eggman.
I didn't voice Dr. I was Tails.
I know. I say you didn't voice him in the Chronicles Let's Play.
So I can be.
She did. She did. She voiced Amy, I believe.
Amy and Tails and Shades.
Amy, Tails,
and Shades.
Cream.
And Cream.
Yeah.
You're basically the entire female cast plus Tails.
Yeah.
Anyway, neither here nor there. Tune in next week when there'll be more people.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
You think?
More meteors.
Yeah.
Yes.
More. How do you like it? How do you like it?
More Knuckles detergent. I don't know.
I don't know.
This poster has been brought to you by Knuckles detergent.
No, it's never coming back. I'm afraid it got taken over.
What took him over?
It was bought out.
Who bought him out?
Freiburger Breweries Inc.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Bill. We saw the photo of you outside that outside that store, desperately waiting for it to open. We saw that. The man likes his beer. We all approve of this. Anyway, we'll see. I can't wait for the comment on this now. We'll see you next week. Anyway, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.